Good morning. Welcome to the Kurt and Jen in the Morning podcast on this International Sushi Day and Picnic Day, which means I have a great excuse to go get sushi, which I love so much, Kurt.
What excuse did you need other than...
I don't know.
Thank you for joining us. Remember, follow, like, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. So you can, you can leave us a note or a comment anytime you want, because we need to get caught up on some comments that we've already missed. We haven't missed them. We need to get loose ends, I guess.
Yeah. Loose ends.
And this, I think, is from yesterday's show. We were talking about...
No, that's... Okay, so here...
The original one. Go ahead.
So the original... So Randy... made a comment to us and even did a little graphic of like this cardboard box that says food shaming on it. He thought we were food shaming him because I mentioned him in two different stories on two different days. The first one was when I told the story about him not wanting to share the pizza he created at a dinner party, but there wasn't enough pizza for the rest of us if he ate his whole pizza.
Right. That was like
that
last
was the
week.
First one.
Right.
And then the second one, which was late last week, is we had him over for dinner and he took the last piece of corn on the cob, which you're supposed to do nowadays. You know, the old etiquette was don't take the last piece of whatever on the platter, but then the food gets wasted. Randy took the corn on the cob. We're not food shaming you. We're like, thank you for not wasting food.
I think you're food shaming.
You do?
No.
I don't. Anything that we do on this show is all in love. There's not any hate on this show, ever, never.
Well, and also, Randy listens a lot and he comments a lot. So we're going to have a lot of material from Randy to use, right?
And Randy's in my life, like a pretty big part of my life. So he gets brought into the stories.
He's good.
I
He's
said,
a good
Randy,
dude.
you provide a lot of content for me. Thank you.
So also from yesterday, this is Steve, because Jen, we were just talking about what, people say, what's the big deal about having to put your phone into airplane mode when you're flying?
Oh, someone said something about it?
And this is from Steve. He said, according to Smarter Travel, by not turning your phone to airplane mode, your phone will attempt to make connections with the cell towers around it. That makes sense. It was further reported if you don't put your phone on airplane mode during a flight, your phone will probably annoy a few pilots and air traffic controllers. So that's what it's for.
Oh, well, I don't want to annoy those people.
You don't want to annoy anybody.
They're getting us to our destination safely. One last thing. A few people have asked about hot firefighter boyfriend Pat's mom, because I had said that she had gone to the hospital overnight one night.
Yeah.
I think that was like a week ago.
And all you had was the call saying, hey,
yeah, we didn't know what the
right.
deal was. And she's fine. She still has a pretty bad cough and she's taking some antibiotics, but she is home and she's recovering and she's going to be great.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Is that all of our catching up?
I think so.
Well, all right, let's get on to Stevie Nicks.
I know. My favorite band is no longer.
This is arguably Jen's favorite band.
One
Stevie
of my
Nicks
most favorite, yes.
From Fleetwood Mac says that Fleetwood Mac is done since Christine McVie has passed. This is Stevie Nicks saying, without Christine, no can do. There is no chance of putting Fleetwood Mac back together in any way without her. It just couldn't work, even if I thought I could work with Lindsey Buckingham again. If you don't know, they've had a strained relationship over the years. They used to date, and so we'll see if there's any more Fleetwood Mac music. But according to Stevie Nicks,
it won't be the same. I mean, Christine McVie had a very distinct voice in those songs. So,
and some people, I mean, you don't have to be a fan of either or, but there was you could certainly tell the difference between the songs that Stevie wrote and Stevie was featured on.
Yep.
Lead vocals versus Christine, and they were all great, like you said.
Yeah, great songs.
How about a complete 180 and talking about the Celtics of Boston? I believe this is basketball.
Boston Celtics.
I'm kidding. It's the Celtics won the whole thing last night. They smoked the Dallas Mavericks 106-88. That was Game 5 of the NBA Finals. So I guess a little golf clap.
Boston Celtics. I'm not giving him a clap. I really want our Supersonics back.
Okay.
Seattle Supersonics, bring them back.
I think it's going to work. They're working on it.
I know they are.
We got the hockey. Oh, we have a hockey team
coming
now. So yeah, they're trying to get this the Sonics back in one way, shape, or form. I hope. This is something
that I love a lot.
Yes.
I can't believe that there's this commercial out, but they're just putting it out now. Like you said, they should have put it out, I don't know how many years ago with Napoleon Dynamite.
It's the 20-year anniversary of Napoleon Dynamite.
Okay.
And so Orida,
Brilliant.
This is some technology right here. We're going to hold up my phone with the commercial on it so you can hear the audio. Orida Potatoes got together with John Heater,
who played Napoleon Dynamite,
and they have a new commercial. This is what it sounds like poorly. There we go. All right.
20 years later, still haunted by crushed tots. Give us all your tots. Now from Orida comes top protecting pants. I'll eat as many as I want to. Gosh.
Tot protected. This is not a joke. You can actually go to, not right now because they're sold out.
They're sold out.
The Orida Potato website, they have tot protective pants. These pants resemble Napoleon's. Of course, he wore those jogging pants.
Yeah, they're really ugly, actually.
But they have a red tot protecting pocket.
So if in the commercial, a big truck runs over the pants with tots in it.
And the tots remain somewhat intact.
Yeah.
I mean, they got to be squished.
All I'm saying is, Orida, that is brilliant marketing.
And it's fun to have Napoleon
because
back.
of the whole tots thing.
Yeah. And that John Heder was willing to, put on the old Vote for Pedro t-shirt or whatever and get back into character. So look for that one. And if you want to pick up your tot protective pants, I think Orida.com or something.
I wonder if that's a joke. I wonder if they really have them or not, and they're just saying they're sold out. And they're always going to be sold out.
We had
in air quotes.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see.
I don't think they could say that they have them and you could buy them if you can't really.
I don't know.
That would be.
I can't believe they're sold out if they really have them, but that's hilarious. Tots is not on this foods to avoid if you want to improve focus and concentration, unless you salt them too much.
Yes, this is like you said, these are foods to avoid if you want to improve focus and concentration, which I need to do.
Well,
just in general,
we need to change our diet then, Kurt, because the stuff that I'm about to read are all part of our daily diet, yours and mine.
Okay, so
pastries and white bread and soda and sugary drinks. All of those in one category because they all lead to a blood sugar spike, which then in turn causes trouble in concentrating.
However, it's not just blood sugar spikes that can affect your concentration. Very salty foods, all right? So salty foods may not cause the blood sugar to go up, but they can cause you trouble with concentrating. So we're talking about soup, French fries. That's tots.
Well, right. If you oversalt them.
Soup, French fries, potato chips, or a sandwich. If you have like the sandwich with cold cuts or something for lunch, that might affect your ability to focus as you're going through your day.
So not salty foods, not sugary foods.
What else is on there?
What else? Oh, coffee. But you're probably thinking, wait a second.
I need coffee.
Drink coffee to get
wake
more
up
awake and concentrate more.
Well, too much coffee can make concentrating worse. Apparently, there's a U-shaped curve. This is sounding sciencey.
Well,
there's a U-shaped curve with coffee. If you drink a little bit, it can make you more alert. If you keep drinking more and more of it, the benefits fade because too much caffeine can make you feel jittery or anxious.
But caffeine affects people differently, so you just have to find your sweet spot. Oh, wait, don't put sugar in it.
Wow. Again, the list is like, okay, that's pretty much everything I eat. So what's left? Water.
Well, we are supposed to be
fruits and vegetables.
Lots of water. Speaking of which, maybe I'll have a drink right now.
Okay. Well, I say Surgeon General. So right away you're thinking, oh, what does the Surgeon General want?
Yeah.
Surgeon General wants warning labels on social media, or maybe a warning label on social media.
How are they going to even do that? I want to know more.
Well, the Surgeon General is Vivek Murthy, and Surgeon General wants to put a warning label on social media saying in the New York Times, it's time to require a warning label on social media platforms stating that social media is associated with a significant mental health harm for adolescents. I'm just checking to make sure I read that right.
That's mega. I'm just hearing this because you're literally reading the story to me right now. That is mega.
Mm-hmm.
If the Surgeon General is saying that we need to put a warning label on this, that means that all of this has been proven, which we kind of know, but this kind of puts a big fat bow on it, saying, think of what this is doing to our kids. I mean, this is like a big reality check slap in the face to Jen as a parent, because Macy is on her phone way too much and it's affecting her mental health.
95% of teens say that they use a social media platform. So that's almost all. And about a third of them say they use social media almost constantly. So the warning label
that's mega
that the Surgeon General wants to put on social media would regularly remind both parents and kids, like they care, that social media has not been proven safe, and there is data that shows the warnings on cigarettes have been effective. So they're thinking, all right, well, if the warnings on cigarettes have been effective, hey, I got an idea. Social media.
Kurt, I'm sitting here thinking, what am I need to do something big with Macy so that she doesn't consume so much social media.
The social media, yes. Well, just so you know, the Surgeon General does not have the authority to just add labels willy-nilly. It would take congressional action. So
I think that we should do it, though, because look at this. Affects teens' mental health. Mm-hmm. Is it teens' mental health or people's mental health?
Well, this is just based on 13 to 17-year-olds. So that's...
Okay.
Well, I mean, it's everybody. There's plenty of people outside of that age group that get addicted, and it's an addiction sometimes.
I need to stop. I mean, I wonder if I should take a social media break or just make sure I consume way less of it. I consume too much. It's so easy to grab your phone when you have nothing to do.
Yep.
And just get on social media, right? When that nothing to do could be way more productive.
You could have something else to do.
I absolutely have a lot
for the
of
record, my wife Dana gave up social media a while ago.
She did?
She hasn't been popping up on our...
Is her mental health better?
I don't know.
Well, we should
I don't
ask
think
her.
it was bad, but...
Okay.
Hey, is your mental health better, babe? What? All right, we'll see if that happens with the Surgeon General.
Sitting on your butt all day may not kill you if you drink enough coffee. Now, we're going back to the coffee thing.
We are going back to the coffee thing.
What's the deal with that?
Is a study. It says basically it tracked people. This is a long one. It tracked people for 13 years.
Ooh, okay. That's significant.
And it found people that sat around drinking coffee were about a fourth less likely to die young compared to sedentary people who did not drink coffee. So we're talking about sedentary people here.
In general, like
right.
if your butt's in a chair, you better be drinking coffee if you want to live a little longer.
Right. 6 hours a day of sitting is not great no matter what, but for some reason coffee might mitigate the effects. So if you're going to be,
why.
This is tough too for people. A lot of people, their job, it's like, yeah, they're going to be sitting down for 6 to 8 hours a day. But drink coffee, but find the sweet spot, but don't add sugar because it's going to affect your concentration. So what? No, it's getting too confusing.
It's complicated.
It is. So drink a lot of coffee. That's what Jen's saying.
Okay. I like this.
This is what we talked about yesterday. You were supposed to chime in on this one.
What of your partner's stuff do you use with or without them knowing? Mm-hmm. The responses that we got?
Well, we started on this. I just want to say because I ran out of deodorant and I've been wearing Dana's Secret Strong Enough for a Man, but Made for a Woman. That's an awful voice.
Kind of creepy. Okay. So you've been using her deodorant. Does she know you're using her deodorant?
I think so. She hasn't said anything either way. So do I smell delicious? Oh, God. I didn't think that could do that.
I don't notice.
All right. So what of your partner's stuff do you use with or without them knowing? And Marilyn chimed in. She knows about
his stash of Reese's peanut butter cups, and she goes into them.
You know what? You got to be cautious with that, too, if you're stealing candy. I mean, in the past, I've taken candy out of like Dana's stuff, but then you got to fill the bottom of the candy jar with something, to like keep the level the same.
She doesn't know it, as it's not as noticeable. Halsey said his shirt says my pajamas.
That's probably pretty common because, you say you wear Pat's clothes,
Yeah, I have a T-shirt of his and his coat. That's something I use of his all the time. I love it.
Austin, my wife has a special face exfoliator. I love it, but she has no idea I use it. She probably wouldn't mind, except that stuff's expensive, isn't it?
It is expensive. But if it helps your skin, I'm sure she won't mind.
Another thing that...
I like this. Claire just said his time. He probably knows that you take his time, but he probably loves it, too.
She uses her partner's time, and... Yeah, but of course he loves it. You'd think.
This last one I want to share with you because I want to know something about
what Susan said. Okay,
yeah,
Susan said
his change from his change jar.
From his change jar.
Do you have a change jar?
Yes.
I do too.
But I don't think I put anything into it in a couple years.
Because you just don't pay with cash anymore.
And you don't get change, exactly. I mean, you used to come home, and this is not that long ago, just so people know. This is not like, back in my days.
I feel like we're being old people
It wasn't
right
that
now.
long ago where you come home at the end of the day, you got change in your pocket from whatever you had for lunch or whatever you bought, and you just drop it into the change jar, but not so much anymore.
Yeah. I have a change jar, and I don't have any idea how much would be in it.
Is it in actually like a mason jar, or
yeah, it is.
And is it full?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's pretty full. Yeah. I mean, I think we're up to the top.
Well, take it to that thing at the Fred Meyer.
The Coinstar.
Yeah.
I was going to say that I don't like doing that because they take like 10% of it.
Not if you get it. You can get it in exchange for a Amazon gift card.
And they won't take a percentage of it?
There's several things on there. Like Lowe's will give you a gift. They'll do a Lowe's gift card. I'm losing count, but I know I that's what I did because it's like I'm not going to pay, a tenth. Basically, it's 10% goes to. But it's like, so yeah, you can exchange it for a gift
I
card
did
and you
not
don't
know
get any
that.
money taken back from you.
Okay, I might do that. We should both take our change jars
Okay,
and
well,
see who
yours
the
has a
most
lot more than
US
mine.
dollars, US
Mine-
change, US coins.
If you can see mine, the mason jar is full, maybe, I don't know, 2 inches from the bottom up that high.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yours is full.
It is, but mine might be smaller than yours. So,
Well, Susan,
knows?
you can keep taking change from your boyfriend, your husband's change jar, as far as we're concerned.
yeah,
Do you ever add to it, Susan? All right.
it's funny.
I don't like this story.
4 in 10 of us actively avoid the news because it's too stressful. I am one of those people.
I think I am too.
I just, we do show prep before we hit the record button
Right.
for this podcast, and we will check the news sites, but we both are like, I'm turning this off. Like, there's nothing good on the news sites. It's all like, this person was murdered, this person was killed, this
Yep.
person, like,
Bad.
so many bad things. And then with the politics, the whole election year, man.
Well, have you heard, and maybe you have because we've been in the media business for a long time, there's a saying in news,
Yeah.
You know,
if it bleeds, it leads.
if it bleeds, it leads.
That's
So
what they still do. They
that's
still
the,
practice that.
The top of the hour, right when they start off, you get all these stories. But now it feels like to me, and probably you as well, that all the stories are that way.
Yeah. It's hard.
Sorry, doggy barking in the background. It's okay. That's the dog
Not only
that we're
barking, but howling.
babysitting. My wife must have left for work, and now they're like, "Oh my God, we're gonna
I
die!
don't care that you're here, Kurt.
We're gonna.
Wait
She
a
left us to
second.
die."
Kurt's still here. You don't have to do that.
Hey, keep it down. Well, we're about to wrap up anyway, right?
That's right.
Give or take. So, is that right?
What do you mean, is that right?
We've only been on for 15 minutes.
Well, tell more stories, Kurt. Tell more stories.
Well, tell more stories. Tell more stories. You know what? There was one
Did
we
we
were
miss
going to talk
something?
about.
What
There was
was
something
it?
we were going to talk about, and we talked about Napoleon Dynamite, which I thought was awesome. And trying to think what the other thing was that we had said maybe we should talk about this. How about that one?
Oh,
Staying up
yeah.
late.
Yes,
But this
we were
is
gonna
more.
talk
This is
about
more
this.
health stuff.
This is more what? Health
stuff.
Well, we want people to be healthy. People that listen to the Kurt and Jen in the Morning podcast, we want you to be healthy.
We want
which
you to
means-
laugh and be healthy, and laughter is good for you.
Yeah, laughter is good for you. And what we want you to do is go to bed earlier. Because if you're staying up until 3 a.m., Randy, now he's going to say I'm sleep shaming him. 'cause
Sleep shaming.
He stays up all night and then sleeps during the day because he starts working on his robot.
Now, you know what they should have changed this headline to? Staying up until 3 a.m. may not be great for your health, and getting up early may not be great for your health, because
there's us.
both of them apply in here. The study, Stanford Medicine, said staying up past 1 a.m. is a bad choice for your mental health, even if you're a night owl. It looked at participants' sleep timing and how it related to their actual sleep behavior. It found that both early birds and night owls had higher rates of mental and behavioral disorders.
And we consume social media. So
Right.
now we're really screwed up.
I'm sorry, but this is also, here's the caveat, if they stayed up till 1 a.m. So you have to be, if you're a night owl and you stay up late, or you're an early bird who also stays up till 1
it's
a.m.
both.
Yeah.
Like you can be an early bird, but you got to go to bed early enough.
Right.
Here's the bottom line. We all know this.
What's that?
You need to get 8 to 10 hours of sleep.
8 to 10 hours? What world are you living in? 8 to 10 hours of
Seriously,
sleep?
It's 8 to 10, right?
I'd always heard the 8 thing.
8 for sure, but the
You want to
more
look
that
it
you
up
can get,
over
the
here?
better.
Well,
No, I don't.
Okay. I don't.
Here's the thing. You have to get more sleep than we get. That I know for sure.
That's true. We're always running on fumes. And see, I feel pretty good today because yesterday, I should follow up on this. Sunday night into Monday, doesn't matter. I did not sleep at all. I was like, brain was going. And so yesterday's show, I mentioned I'm on no sleep at all. So then yesterday, after the show, slept for about 3-4 hours, and then I was okay. And then tonight I crashed hard, or last night rather. But you came in this morning going, I'm so tired.
Well, yeah, because I went to bed late. Because here's why. Want me to tell you what I did yesterday? Last night. I'll tell you what I did last night. I went to a meeting. Mm-hmm. It was very fun because I got to catch up with an old high school buddy that I haven't seen in a long time.
Cool.
He is a financial planner, and he said, I reached out to him and he said, I will help you. I will help you with your
financial
'cause I'm
planning.
stressing out, right?
Of course.
We're unemployed. We're older. And so I need to plan for retirement. And I have lived under this whole premise of I'm never going to be able to retire. Like, I'm always going to have to work in order to live. And that's simply not true.
Right.
Right?
Right.
And so I think it's important. It was important for me to sit down with a financial planner, for someone to say, listen, you're not as in bad of shape as you think.
Right.
And yes, there's some things that I need to do to set myself up for some good success when it comes to retirement. So I did that.
And that kept you up so late?
No.
All right.
So that I went, by the way, side note, I went to the Bine in downtown Bothell. Have you been there before?
Are you saying Vine or Bine?
Bine. B as in boy, I-N-E.
In downtown Bothell, Washington. No.
So if you have the chance to visit downtown Bothell, go to the Bine and get their popcorn. It's truffle popcorn. It is so delicious. It's like crack.
Right.
I don't know. I've never taken crack, so I don't know for sure, but it's highly addictive.
Okay.
And it's so good. So just try the popcorn at the Bine, then walk across the street and go to the Crowbar and have a craft cocktail with Cameron, the bartender. Okay. Then after my financial meeting, I went to my friend Lori's house because her husband is very, very smart in setting up businesses.
Okay.
And I'm thinking about starting my own business.
Yeah.
So that was we had dinner there and a whole conversation about here's the things you need to know if you're going to start a business.
And your business would be positivity and optimism.
That's right.
With Jen. And you'd be
I don't
great
know
at
what
it.
it will be exactly.
That'd be fantastic.
It's going to be something great.
So that's why you're so tired this morning. Plus, if you're me, you're like stay up trying to find things to talk about the following morning, which is counterproductive if you want to be awake in the morning.
That's right.
But we do what we can.
But here we are.
I think it'd be great to start a business. I don't know what you'd call it or what you would.
Well, it would be, like public relations and marketing and, communication stuff and events. And I can host events and MC and all the things.
You know a lot of things and stuff.
I do. I feel like I do know a lot of things.
It's true. You've seen a lot too. So
people underestimate the people that have been in radio promotions because we have to do a lot of things.
Well, I think what's interesting is I've had people say, "Oh, you've been on the radio forever. You can sell anything because every day you sold the radio station, you sold advertising, you sold events coming up,
That's
and
true.
stuff like that."
Yeah.
But then when you walk in for a sales job and they say, "What's your experience?" I talked on the radio and pushed buttons for 30 years. We'll see how that
You
works
don't give
out.
yourself enough credit. You can do a lot of things, and you have a business.
What, the pimping? I didn't think that counted as
Promote your business really quickly. Tell people what you do. For real, this was your side hustle, and now it's becoming more of your focus.
Yeah, it's called Sound and Sight, and it's basically I teamed up with a guy named Stephen Kilbreth, who's a local media. He's on TV.
Yeah.
And we do fundraising events for nonprofits.
Yeah, and you provide the sound and light.
Yes, and video and all that. If you've ever gone to a fundraiser for your kid's school or whatnot, hopefully if they did it right, there should be. I know you do that. You've done that several times.
Yeah.
So I do the video and lighting, and I co-host with him, which is fun because we can riff off of each other. So
and you
that's
just
my
got
side gig.
that fancy thing downstairs because I came in and there's big, huge Amazon boxes. I'm like, what is this? And he's like, I got this really cool 360 photo booth thing.
Yeah. So
there you go.
Yeah, soundinsight.com if you want to find out more.
It's
not
go,
much
Kurt.
of a website. I just said I better have a website, so I put something up.
Well, you know what? You do great work, and you're really good at sound and light.
Thank you. I have, and it's fun, and it's helping out, and all we do is work with nonprofits, so that makes it satisfying as well. I was going to ask you something about you were talking about. Do you have a job interview today or not?
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, so I got a message on Friday night through something. I think it was either LinkedIn or Indeed or something, right?
Yeah.
And so I got a little notification saying, listen, you have a message from this person. And I'm like, okay. So Sunday night I went in and replied to it. And she had given me some times and dates and all that. And so I replied back and said, is 10 a.m. on Tuesday still available for you? I would love to meet with you and connect with you on Zoom.
Now it's Tuesday.
And now it's Tuesday, and I haven't heard anything. So I don't know if at 10 a.m. I have a job interview. I will tell you, it's for an executive assistant job for a CEO of a public company that wasn't to be named in the whole job posting.
That's totally secretive then.
It's a little secretive, yeah. And so I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I think I would be a great executive assistant, although it's a lot of like being on call.
Right. Well,
And I'm not sure.
executive
I'm not sure if I
assistants
want
don't get
that.
enough credit. A lot of times they're the ones that are actually running
The show.
so much of the stuff.
it's like in
yeah,
promotions.
yeah, it's true. But that being said, well, we'll find out. Did you get a link to sign on for a?
No, I
Okay.
have nothing. So I need to go. I need to go back to the original notification email that I got Friday night
And find out.
and figure out what up with the what up.
So we'll hopefully know more about that tomorrow. But that also led to this thing about being ghosted by friends.
Yes. Have you ever been ghosted by a friend? And you said you had.
I have, but I have, and I'll share tomorrow. But I think it depends on if it's been a friend, like a longtime friend. Are you talking like years? Like I've known you since high school, and all of a sudden they go away and they ghost you. Or it's somebody you've been friends with for like 3 or 4 months and something happens. But still, I would say it's wrong. But
I think it's just one of those things. Is have you been ghosted by a friend and it's like affected you? And do you even know why they ghosted you?
and that's
Or
the
did
tough
you
part.
ghost someone? Are you a ghoster?
Yeah, you ghoster you. But that's the thing. You'll never know. It's like whatever happened with Scott. We were hanging out, and then I never heard from him
Well,
again.
you could ask and see if they'll respond. But if they're ghosting you, I guess you wouldn't get a response.
So please share your experiences. Have you ever been ghosted by, or have you ever ghosted a friend?
And
I-
why?
yeah.
Why, if you know?
And I understand sometimes it's uncomfortable to have to say, you know what,
This isn't working out for
Yeah,
me.
yeah,
You're not
you
bringing positivity to my life anymore.
or whatever it is,
Enhancing
So,
it.
what have you ever been ghosted by a friend? Share your story. It's Kurt and Jen. What is it?
Kurt and Jen in the morning
In
on
the morning.
Facebook.
See,
on
I guess I'm
Facebook,
tired than I thought.
on Instagram, on TikTok.
Yes.
On all the social things that
Let
you
us
shouldn't
know.
be consuming for your mental health. For the
Forget
greater
that
good
stuff
of
that
your
we
mental
talked
health.
about. Forget all about that. You should be consuming a lot more, certainly podcasts.
Have an awesome day. Find your own sunshine. Make good choices. Find joy. Spread kindness. Thank you.